Ladies and gentlemen, this is TVP World. You're watching another edition of Military Mind, bringing you news from the front lines. I'm your host, Benjamin Lee. Overnight, Russian forces launched another large-scale strike on civilian infrastructure across Ukraine. According to Ukrainian authorities, Russia used 7 missiles and 130 attack drones in the assault. In Odessa, Russia once again carried out a mass drone attack on the region's energy and port infrastructure. Officials reported direct hits that triggered fires at critical facilities. No casualties or power outages were recorded. In April, 1 person was killed and 11 were wounded in the strikes on civilian areas. Emergency services say Russian drones deliberately targeted an ambulance transporting a patient to the hospital. 3 medical workers were wounded. In Kharkiv, authorities reported 6 people were wounded in an overnight attack. Meanwhile, Ukrainian drones continue to strike strategic industrial facilities inside Russia. In the city of Stary-el-Tamak, a blast occurred at a petrochemical plant that produces synthetic rubber and aviation fuel. No casualties were reported. Residents of Kostovo and the Nizhny Novgorod region reported explosions in an industrial zone home to 2 major petrochemical facilities. The city lies nearly 800 kilometers from the Ukrainian border and it has been repeatedly targeted by drones in recent months. Additional explosions were reported in the Volgograd region, where a critical substation has caught on fire. In Russia's Kursk region, drone strikes on power facilities caused blackouts in multiple settlements. Now, turning to the front lines, Russian forces continue to advance in the Pokrovsk direction, operating with increasing freedom of movement inside the city, according to various military analysis. However, Ukrainian units are holding defensive positions and conducting counterattacks. Reportedly, Ukrainian forces advanced east of a settlement where Russian troops were previously reported. Ukraine's general staff says its troops have secured logistical routes and reinforced positions near Pokrovsk in recent days, preventing Russian forces from advancing further in the northern part of the city from cutting the Pokrovsk-Marino highway. Analysts also report that Ukrainian forces retook significant territory previously infiltrated by Russian units on the Dobropilia axis, the eastern flank of the Pokrovsk operation zone. We'd like to show you footage released by the Ukrainian Armed Forces. It shows a series of strikes on energy infrastructure in Russia and in temporarily occupied Ukrainian territories. Now, these recordings show strike UAVs hitting high-voltage pylons, transformer substations, and nearby storage areas, triggering explosions, fire, and power outages. The Ukrainian command says these strikes are part of a broader campaign to destroy the enemy's logistics and infrastructure capabilities. By targeting substation in the enemy's rear, the goal is to disrupt military operations, cut supply routes, weaken communications and air defense systems, and drive up the cost of restoring infrastructure. Avdiivka, the Donetsk region of Ukraine. The Russian world swept through the city like disaster, methodical and ruthless, destroying houses, schools, hospitals, and churches. The streets have become front lines, and courtyards craters from shelling. Everything human was burned by the so-called liberators in their brutal war. This video shows the silent witnesses to the tragedy. The ruins of former homes, charred trees, destroyed high-rise buildings. This isn't a set of an apocalyptic movie, it's reality, created by the Russian army under banner of peace. We're closing today's episode with new footage from the 3rd Assault Corps. During an operation in the village of Karpivka in the Donetsk region, Ukrainian soldiers came under Russian fire. Helmet camera footage shows the group moving from house to house, checking each building for enemies. As the soldiers enter another structure, heavy fire erupts from a neighboring yard. The response is immediate. The Ukrainians take a position, form a circular defense, and return fire.
Порядок. Где же вы можете быть, Где? Сюда смотри, сюда смотри. Чисто.
Дом, 2 сарайчика, подвал зачистили, ворога не виявлено.
Давай, тут где-то 2 каких-то подвала должно быть. Плюс, передвигайся. Ага, як туди пройти?
Ты меня откроешь, я иду.
Плюс. Оп. Фу, еб... Опа, погреб есть. Все, чисто. Чисто.
Укриття зачистив.
Просто чудово.
And with that footage, we conclude this edition of Military Mind. But for more news, update, and commentary, please stay tuned to TVP World.